And we're recording. Ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?
For what? What are we ready for?
Do our intro. Wait.
Our intro.
Wait. Oh, shit. Brought to you by Baja Blast. ASMR Quarantine Edition 2020. ASQR.
What does ASMR mean? What?
I forget. Well, hello, guys, gals, and non-binary pals.
Hey
How are you guys?
Siri.
How you
What does
doing?
ASMR mean?
Are you thriving in quarantine? Because we are, and V is using Siri
I am.
to find out
Sorry,
what ASMR means. It's okay. I will carry the rest of this intro.
Autonomous sensory meridian response. What the fuck does that mean?
I can't get my flask open.
Hello. How is everyone today?
Struggling. I did it. I got my
I
flask open.
Yay! I accidentally blew a fly into my vodka.
How?
I blew on it and it fell in.
So we are currently thriving during this pandemic of 2020. So again, if the audio sounds off, I'm so sorry. Again, if you hear coughing or anything in the background, I'm sorry. I like to think it gives us a little spice. Adds a little flavor. Adds a little flavor to our podcast. But also apologies. The seasoning.
I feel like I can hear the little echoing of my voice.
ASMR. Boom, see?
How much alcohol did you make? Is it strong?
I'm going to put a little bit more of my soda in. If you guys are listening, hello.
Hello.
Hi.
What episode is this? 20?
Wait.
19.
This is 19. Yeah.
Last week was 18.
Yeah, okay, yeah, we had this dilemma last week. That's right. We're on episode 18. Wait, shit, yeah. 19?
Because we just posted a 16.
This is episode 19. Did you think we'd get
19?
Did you think we'd get to episode 19?
I'm surprised we still have stuff to talk about.
Abby's giving us a little round of applause. So if you hear Abby in the background, she's here for moral support. Here to hang out. Moral support.
That's
well, buddy, how's your... Oh, this is our show.
Here for.
This is our Tipsy Mystery show. Hello. If you're listening. You're probably listening because you want to hear some fun stories about true crime, cryptids, paranormal, mystery. Fuck. I'm missing one. Or is that it?
Did he get
big boobs?
Big boobs.
That's also in there. I think
Mothman's left butt cheek.
Yes. Only the left.
Oh, that's the best one.
It's the only one that matters.
Exactly. Oh. Boom, boom. Well, how's your quarantine week been, Miss Thing? Miss Haircut?
I have a mullet now.
B is now too powerful. B is now.
That's it.
Too powerful. That's it. Mine has been interesting. The days have gone on, but I've played Animal Crossing, so that's been fun. A little stream of us talking about our favorite villagers. I think that'd be fun. For reference, mine's Coco. That's the eyeless bunny. She's so cute. Abby, do you want to say hi?
Hello.
That's Abby. That's my cool sister. Who looks She looks like she's old enough to get into a bar, and I don't look like I'm old enough to go to preschool. So
That's the truth. Sadly.
I don't look old enough to get into an R-rated movie.
I think it's also the personality that you have that gets you past things. Because you're like, I'm tired of always being told I'm too young for things when I know I'm old enough.
Exactly.
Instead of trying to pass as if you're old enough.
It's like
it's the tired and defeated, angry person instead of.
Do you see these under eye bags? Mm-hmm. No preschooler would have these. Come on. Well, yeah, I think that's been our fun quarantine week. It's been interesting. Oh my god. Okay, so for my story this week, if you'd like to hear it, if you want to listen to a fun spooky story today, since I have you here, and I don't think you want to leave. Question mark?
I can't leave.
Cool. Okay. Awesome. Let's do that then.
I'm not allowed to leave.
You're not allowed to.
Mandated.
Sorry, I needed my co-host. Can't leave. I have you under contract, not contract. So, for my story this week, as a fun little note, I was like, oh man, I'm going to do this one because I already kind of know about it. So I thought it'd be like relatively easy.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, I'm gonna see if you can guess this. This is I'm doing a haunted location today.
Is it a theme park?
Mm-mm. It is in
Ireland.
Almost. Almost.
Almost. So
it's in California.
Okay. California.
You could say it's not the motion of the wait, fuck!
It's
not
the
again.
size of the boat. It's the motion of the ocean.
I did this last
time. Just tell me what it
is. Okay, so today, my dear friend, my dear listeners, I'm gonna tell you all about the Queen Mary.
Okay.
So the ship, right? I'm like, oh, I basically know all about this. I got this. And I start researching. There's 150 goddamn ghosts on this boat. Too many.
There's so many.
And so when I was researching it, every podcast, like TV show, what have you, that I watched and listened to, not a single one was able to get all of those ghosts. I get like half from one, half from another, just because there's so goddamn many. So for reference, if I'm missing one that you thought you heard about, it's because I literally could not fit it in. I had to cut out 4 ghosts in my final draft. I was like, I can't fit them.
I'm surprised it's only 4 that you cut out.
Oh, I'm going to tell you how many ghosts we still have. Let's see. Tell us a funny joke while I'm pulling this up.
Hey Siri, tell me a funny joke.
Kid joke alert. What do you call a nose with no body?
What?
Nobody knows.
See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and yeah. So, got about 14 ghosts. And that was after cutting out 4, so.
Oof.
It's going to be a great time.
That's okay.
Be more excited. Come on.
I'm hella excited. Heck yeah.
Be more excited.
Hell yeah. I can't wait to hear about all these ghosts.
All right.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Okay. Tell me.
Oh, okay.
Ow.
Someone's going to have a mediocre time then.
My cat bit me because I was being mean.
Riley knows. She knows.
She
Okay.
knows too much.
As always, I'm going to start out with the history,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll get into the mystery.
Yeah.
Pretty good. All right.
I like that.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So, the Queen Mary.
Mhm.
Big ass ship. So, it currently is resting in Long Beach Harbor, just again in California, like I said. It is
Mhm.
a colossal ship that was bigger, faster, and even more powerful than the Titanic. Fun fact.
Oh my gosh.
It's a big bitch. So apparently
Mhm.
it's 1,000-foot ship. She's big. So she began her
Mhm.
maiden voyage on May 27th, 1936. So
Okay.
after the Titanic.
Mhm.
Back way when. And according to legend, the ship was named after Mary of Teck, who was a consort of King George V. Apparently,
Okay.
the White Star Line that owned the Queen Mary and also the Titanic, that line,
Mhm.
they had intended to name the ship Victoria, but when company representatives asked the king's permission to name the ocean liner after Britain's greatest queen, he said his wife, Mary of Teck, would be delighted. So they're like, "Oh, can we name it after the greatest queen?" He's like, "Oh yeah, name it after Mary." And they're like, "Okay,
Oops. And that.
can't say no to that." No.
So they were talking about Victoria.
They wanted to name after Queen Victoria. He's like, "Oh no, Mary is the greatest." Like, you can't say no.
You can't tell the
to
king.
king.
You're like, that's not the one I was thinking about. No.
So I thought that was hilarious. And so for 3 years, the Grand Ocean Liner hosted the world's rich and famous across the Atlantic, including the likes of the Duke and Duchess of Windsor. Yeah, it was. At Windsor. Greta Garbo, Clark Gable, Elizabeth Taylor, Mary Pickford, Audrey Hepburn, Sir Winston Churchill, Queen Elizabeth,
Okay.
and Robert and Jackie Kennedy, just to name a few. So
Wow.
it was considered like the only civilized way to travel, quote unquote. And so, everyone's like, ooh, cruise ship. It's going to take us twice as long to get there. Let's do it.
And now we're like, cruises, huh?
I don't want to get murdered.
Okay.
Thanks.
I'm like, I don't want to go on a cruise anytime
Nope,
ever.
me neither. Thank you. So, that's all going on. Leaving?
I might come back.
Okay. So that's all going on. Good and well.
Yeah.
But then, can you guess what happens? World War II. Boom, bitch.
Yeah.
Breaks out 1939. And so the luxury travel immediately ceased. So they're like, I don't think so. Not going to happen.
Yeah.
And so the ship was transformed into a troop ship that would become known as the Grey Ghost. She was painted battleship gray at this time, and they like blacked out the windows and everything.
Wow. She went goth. She went through
The
her
Queen Mary
goth
literally went goth. Holy fucking shit. Thank you for this. Oh my god. A gift to this world. So, I did burp. Oh, people
Yeah.
can now see my burp faces? Oh yeah, I don't think we mentioned we're screen recording this one since we're in quarantine.
Yeah.
So you guys can see our fun expressions.
Our lack of expressions.
Tee-hee-hee-hee. So yeah, Grey Ghost. And her capacity was increased from 2,410 people to 5,500. So
No. That's too many people.
basically, what could go wrong?
Right? Right. What could
Ah.
go wrong on a cruise ship with too many people? Too many people.
Amidst World War II.
Right?
Doing great.
I'm
So
like, that's just calling to have a target on your back right now.
funny you should mention that. So it was during this time that one of the greatest tragedies occurred. So the ship, the Queen Mary, it had collided with one of its escorting vehicles, which was the AM. Jesus fucking Christ. People can also see how much I stutter. Which was the HMS Kurikawa in the North Atlantic. So the ship, both of them, had been moving in zigzag patterns to elude Nazi submarines. But some miscalculation happened, and the Queen Mary struck the light cruiser broadside and just cut this small boat in half.
Oof.
Like, literally, it was
R.I.P.
like, imagine the Queen Mary is like this big, like giant, and then like little bitty boat. And so, not great.
Yeah, no.
And so cut the ship in half. Following the accident, like immediately after, the ship was told that they could not stop. So the Queen Mary, they're like, no, keep going. Because they can't stop and they can't help any survivors. Because they feared that it would make them an instant target for U-boat attacks, which was kind of true. But also, all 338 members of the Kurikawa, they died. So
Right.
they all drowned. Yeah, not great. But what's weird is that this wasn't actually publicly known until after the war. So nobody fucking heard about this until, the class.
What? That's fucked up.
Probably because everyone died.
That's fucked up.
And there was also more, though there's not as much of an estimate for the Queen Mary, because the place where it struck, kind of toward the front of the ship, was also where they kept their prisoners of war and everything. So don't think those guys made it. Not great. We're doing great.
Sad. Oh, yeah.
Fun stuff.
A lot of good stuff happening. A lot of good stuff happening here.
Oh, you are so welcome. So, by the end of World War II, moving forward, the ship had carried more than 800,000 troops and traveled more than 600,000 miles. And it also played a significant role in virtually every major Allied campaign. Like, big fucking deal. And she also set the record for carrying the most amount of people ever on a floating vessel, which was 16,683. A lot, right?
That's like a small island right there.
Literally a small island. You were right. When you guessed it was an island. You're right.
I wasn't wrong.
Take that as a win. There we go. So, it also participated in D-Day, which is pretty cool.
Huh.
Right? So,
yeah.
Things had a long and storied history. So, moving forward, yet again. So, with this duty to the war complete, the Queen Mary was refurbished. So, she, grew out of her goth phase a little bit, but it's still there in her heart. And she resumed her elegant cruises in July of 1947. So, however, by the early 1960s, transatlantic cruises were falling out of fashion due to air travel becoming more affordable for the masses. So why pay double and take double the time to get somewhere when I could pay half and get there in half the time?
Right? Like, I get enjoying the ride, but like...
Also, if you're not rich, that's no fucking point for it. Come on.
Yeah.
Not practical.
Yeah.
So, again, in the 60s, what are you going to do? And so in 1967, she was withdrawn from service after more than 1,000 transatlantic crossings. So she went 1,000, and then it was 1,001 on her way over to Long Beach, California. That was her last one. So that same year, the Queen Mary was sold for $3.45 million to the city of Long Beach. And apparently there was a few other cities that were bidding for it, but Long Beach was the highest, so they got it. And they were like, oh, sweet. We're going to use it as a maritime museum and hotel. Because...
yeah. I'm like, why not?
It's got a long history. It's pretty cool, in my opinion.
A little museum and B&B.
A little B&B. So on December 9th, 1967, she made her final voyage, as I said, and then was permanently docked and soon became the luxury hotel she is today. Did I don't think I mentioned. I've been on the Queen Mary before. I want to go back so goddamn bad.
Was it cool?
In a fight. It's pretty cool. When you go in, everything looks like it's from the 30s and 40s. So it kind of looks like the Titanic, honestly. Like, they have a staircase. I'm like,
Leo,
is that you? I'll never let go, Jack.
JK, JK. Get
So
off.
pretty fun. Pretty cool. When it's safe to go outside and the world has calmed down, we should go to California and go there. Pretty please.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So I can
Okay.
I'll give you my own tour because I hyperfixate and research the shit out of everything. And so I might just know everything is already.
Okay.
It's fine.
I'll just go because I missed the food in LA. So
Not because you want to see a ghost? Why not?
I'm like, why not both?
Why not both? Why both? So
Why not both?
that is our history out of the way. Are you ready for some ghosts?
Yes.
Boom. All right.
Charlie, are you ready for ghosts?
She's ready for ghosts. I'm gonna tell you all about the hauntings. Whoop. So some say the Queen Mary is one of the most haunted places in the world, with again as many as 150 known spirits lurking upon the ship.
How many unknown?
Exactly.
Charlie, tell me.
Exactly. And over the past 60 years, the Queen Mary has been the site of at least 49 reported deaths. That's not including the shipwreck with the collision. That's just on the fucking boat. Just
oof.
Yeah.
Like the people that was boarded on it.
Boom, boom. So 49. Those are reported. Don't know how many were unreported. I just don't know. So, not to mention having gone through the terrors of war, so it should come as no surprise that's pretty goddamn haunted.
Yeah.
I can concur. Pretty goddamn haunted. It was spooky.
Ooh.
All right.
Me.
Are you ready for our first ghost?
Yes.
So, player number 1. Contestant number 1, if you will. We have Jacqueline. So, our first ghost is Jacqueline, or Jackie for short, which is what I'm going to call her for the rest of this video, rest of this episode.
Okay.
Rest of my life. She is a young girl of about 5 or 6 years of age. Allegedly, she drowned in the pool during the ship's sailing days and refuses to move on, basically.
Aww.
And there's a few different stories depending on where you look and who you ask, and that's kind of the running theme with all of these ghosts. So that's why it was also really fun to research, because I'm like, what fucking legend do I go with? Because there's 5 for one ghost, and so you don't know what. It's fine. I'm fine.
There's so much going on.
So much going on. So I'd say the most famous story is that, or most told, I guess, is that she drowned because she was either on the slide in the second class pool or about to jump off the diving board in the second class pool. Ooh. And the problem was either she went down the side or jumped off at a time when the boat hit a wave. And so this caused her to somehow either die wrong or she fell wrong and either broke her neck or fell unconscious and then drowned. Yep, great, right?
She was 5 or 6 when that happened?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Right, so not doing great. No. So she's chilling.
Reminds me when I would swim in thunderstorms when there was hurricanes coming around and there was warnings that you need to not be in the water, and my mom just yelling at me from the edge being like, get over here. And I'm like 6 or 7 just like circling around in the middle so my mom can't reach me. There's like gray clouds and it's like lightning.
You are my hero. Please know this.
I don't know how I'm alive either.
I think that's just a testament to how. No,
it's like strong. I wouldn't get close to any edge because I knew that she was like running around trying to get me out, and I was like, "No."
You sound like a fun child. So
no.
much like you, Jackie is. She's just hanging out there. Yeah. So she's very well known, though. She's very interactive with people that work there and people that visit. Her voice, as well as the sounds of laughter, can be captured when people are visiting the first and second class pool area, because apparently she's just going to both. Why not?
I would if I was a ghost.
You're a ghost. You got
and
free
I like
reign.
swimming.
Boom. This could be you. I'm saying.
This could be me.
It could be you. So, over the years, many have tried to communicate with Jackie, and she's been very receptive, and she has a playful side. And she likes to have fun with people by playing peekaboo from the upstairs balcony.
Aww. That's
like,
cute.
That's cute. I don't know if I'd freak out or not if I saw a little child on the upstairs balcony.
I always freak out when I see children, unless it's my nephews. If it's not my nephews, I don't. I'm not good with kids. I want to be, but I'm not.
I feel you. It's funny. So, yeah, she's playing peekaboo. She will also allow just a glimpse of herself and then quickly duck down behind the balcony, only to appear in another part of the pool and repeat her game. So, she likes playing games a lot. My guess is that she's kind of bored. Don't blame her. Many times while people have walked through the pool, they have heard her... Oh, fuck. They've heard Jackie calling for her mommy, and it is believed that she remains on the ship looking for her mother. But it was real sad. I'm like, oh. And so...
That's sad.
The lady in white, who we'll get to her in a sec. But apparently she has been known to sing to Jackie, and another girl known as Sarah, who we'll also get to in a sec, has taken it upon herself to be Jackie's protector. So we got like little family. I was like, oh, my heart.
Little chosen family of ghosts.
Oh, they're just hanging out. So I'm going to tell you about Sarah.
Okay,
so Sarah, she is another spirit, but very little is known about her. It is said that Sarah is about 6 or 8 years old. And as I said before, Sarah has taken it upon herself to be Jackie's protector. And she takes it very seriously. It's like, don't fuck with her. Do not fuck with Sarah. When investigators are asking Jackie to talk to them, Sarah has been known to forcibly tell them no.
Aww.
No. Get the fuck out. No boys allowed. Vamoose.
Yeah.
Love her. So it is believed that Sarah possibly drowned in the pool in 1949, but there are no records that can be found to confirm this. So they've kind of like figured this out through EVP sessions and everything. But what are you going to do? People have claimed that Sarah has become forceful with them to the point of scaring them out of the pool. Love that for her. And she has
it's her pool.
It's her pool. Get the fuck out. Ghosts only.
Exactly.
She has also been known to wander about the ship, but always stays close to Jackie, almost as if she's adopted her as a little sister.
Aww.
I know, right? I'm like, these little ghost kids, like the camaraderie. Like, remember Tabitha and Sarah are girls?
Right? Yeah. I was just thinking about that.
Hope they're doing good.
Right?
Shout out to Tabitha and Sarah.
Right?
Okay, so.
Drink for them.
Oh, wait. Cheers me, bitch.
Cheers.
Thank you for that. So, our next ghost. We have the ghost of Grumpy. So, investigators on the ship... Your face. Investigators on the ship have found a spirit that they call Grumpy. Apparently, they gave him this nickname due to the spirit's habit of trying to scare people by growling at them. Also affectionately known as, quote, Grumpy the Growling Ghost. Love that. It would seem as if his growls are done in a joking manner, but it is obvious that he wishes to be left alone. Me too, buddy. Me too.
Relatable.
Relatable. Oh, are you Grumpy the Growling Ghost? GGG?
No.
No.
I don't growl.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. Let's see. So, our boy Grumpy. He seems to dwell in the storage area under the stairs in the first class pool, but he does not stay solely there as he has been hurt in the hallways leading away from the pool and in the boiler room area directly below the pool. No one is quite sure who he is. They don't know, but it is said that when you are over the area and you smell either cigarette or cigar smoke, that Grumpy is home. Ba-da-da. All right. Next ghost.
Okay.
Contestant number 4? 4. So, we have John Petter. John Peter? Pedder.
Petter?
Petter, right?
I would
John Petter.
assume.
Okay. I heard it pronounced a few different ways, so I wasn't quite sure. So, Petter it is. So, John Petter, he was 18 years old in 1966 when he worked aboard the Queen Mary, and he worked down in the engine room.
Okay.
So, working conditions at the time were overwhelming, so to help with morale, the crew members came up with a way to entertain themselves, with one of these being a game of chicken. What could go wrong?
Right.
Why is he a ghost? You're going to find out. So,
Mm.
periodically, the captain of the ship would call for watertight door drills, and the men working abroad would have to move fast to get to their stations. And when these drills occurred, the men would try to test their manhood, in quotes, by running through the doors or running back and forth through the doors as they're closing to the very last second. It's like, how ballsy can you be? Can you run through without dying? Man, you must have big dick energy. Let's find out. Oof.
Beautiful.
Thank you. That was my first burp on camera. Cheers.
Yay, cheers.
So, what could go wrong? Funny you should ask. Haha. So, unfortunately, one day John had miscalculated and he tried to jump between the doors at the wrong time. And he was crushed by the now infamous watertight door number 13.
Oof.
Oof.
No.
Nope. I'm good.
Nope.
So, he was found trapped with his arms pinned to his side. And while John was freed and carried to the hospital, it was too late. It's like the hospital section. Couldn't do anything. He showed signs of crushing injury to his arms, chest, and pelvis and was bleeding from his nose. And he was injected with morphine, but he did die shortly after because
R.I.P.
his organs did not make it, which is very sad. I was like, that's a rough way to go, buddy.
Yeah. Oh, I can't even imagine the pain.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
But so our boy John, Sir Petter, he seems fun. He is now known to haunt the area in Shaft Alley by door 13. And because
I wonder
why would he be there? He's chillin'. But he has become famous for his aloofness towards men and his forwardness towards women. John seems to prefer the company of ladies, big mood, and he likes to stroke their hair and tickle their ears. And some have reported feeling his breath on their cheeks. Don't like that as much. I'm good.
Nope.
But many people have reported seeing shadows dart down the hallway as they approach and then quickly disappear between the machinery as if someone's hiding. So, those walking near door 13 often report cries, strange audible moans, and the sound of a man speaking in whispers. People have also reported the sound of someone running behind them and whistling.
Oh, no.
Which sounds like some shit I would do. Just like run behind you really fast. And then...
That sounds like you, yeah.
Right? Chaotic. Thank you. So some people hear that. While others have noticed that spots of grease in the shape of fingerprints will appear on their faces.
Nope. No.
So it's just like, I'm imagining kind of a Simba moment.
Simba.
But with grease, just,
Oof.
Love this guy. All right. Are you ready to hear about my personal favorites?
Yes. I'm surprised none of those are your favorites.
Well, you gotta wait to hear about these two.
That's why I'm excited.
Yes. So, our next ghost, we have Jack and Terrence. So,
ooh, they sound like troublemakers.
I mean, they might be.
Hope
they're having fun. So, these are two of the lesser known spirits that are reported to haunt the first class pool area. They appear to be soldiers who may have perished together during World War II as the ship...
Are they gay lovers?
Are you ready?
I feel like that's the only reason why these two men would be your favorites.
Stop calling me out on our podcast. God. So, yeah, together, World War II. It is thought that they could have died from... Wait, let me back. So, the Queen Mary. The ship was designed for the cold North Atlantic. And so during World War II, when they were transporting soldiers to and from places, many soldiers ended up dying from heat stroke during transport in the Indian Ocean and Mediterranean seas because they couldn't handle the heat. The conditions were not good. What have you. So
it's like when there was that, what was it called? What's it called? Like there was like this episode like last year or the year before, like where England got way too hot and like their house, like people were freaking out because the houses are built specifically to keep heat in.
Oh shit!
And they don't build like they usually like it's not typical to have like an air condition inside of houses in England.
No, because it's fucking cold.
Yeah, and so like for that summer, it was like so hot, like people are afraid of like dying inside their house because of how well they trap the heat inside.
Oh my god!
And people are like, "That's just weird." Just yeah.
Oof. Well,
I think that was like it was very recent when that happened.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look that up later because I'm curious now. So, it's a similar mood. My boys, Jack and Terrence, they always manifest together, which is one of the reasons it is believed that they were friends and most likely died at the same time. In parentheses, I put boyfriends / in each other's arms.
Gal pals.
They're just gal pals, you know.
Just bros being dudes.
Ugh.
Dudes being bros.
I hope they're happy now. I hope they get to hold each other's ghost hands and then go on like a little ghost picnic.
Aww.
Oh.
So what do they do?
Can you imagine what it would be like if you were, say you were living in like the 1940s, you're queer, you die, you then see
Sounds about right.
Big mood. You then are trapped somewhere, or you choose to stay somewhere, and people visit, and all these people from like, you know, decades onward, you see openly queer couples. Wouldn't that be so cool?
That would be amazing.
I think that'd be really neat. Oh. Personal theory. But many people report hearing their names, so Jack and Terrence, audibly, as if they're trying to let visitors know that they are still there. And some believe that it is a cry for help. They are also usually accompanied by intense heat, which could indicate how they died, either as a result of fire or heat-related illness.
Mm-hmm.
They seem to be a bit playful, with guests reporting their clothes being tugged on as they're like trying to get their attention. So those are the boys, Jack and Terrence. The boys. All right, next ghost. You ready?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get through them. There's too many. There's too many, B.
That's on you. But it's fine. I'm here for it.
We're doing great. So, the lady in white. As I said earlier, I'm going to tell you about her. So, this beautiful young woman has been seen most often dancing to unheard music in the Queen's salon. This room was the main lounge while the Queen Mary was still operating, and this is where the rich and famous would gather to dance the night away. It's like just a fun little club. Oof. So her identity is not known, but she gets her nickname due to the lovely white evening gown she wears.
Aww.
All right. I'm like, ooh, I like that. There are many reports by guests on the ship that when they pass by the salon, they can see her gliding across the floor gracefully, dancing to a tune only she can hear. And it is said that if you go to try and approach her, she will vanish into thin air. And then others have said that she simply fades away. What have you. The lady in white also seems to have adopted Jackie and Sarah, as there have been times where people have been in the first class pool and they've heard a young woman singing and children humming along with her.
Aww.
That was really cute. I'm like, oh, little babies. So, next ghost. Contestant number, I've forgotten because it's quarantine. It's fine. So, next ghost is that of John Henry. Oh, sorry. Real fast side note. So back with John Petter, the guy that was unfortunately crushed by door 13.
Yeah.
For the longest time, he was called Half-Hatch Harry or Half-Hatch Henry. Fucked up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was only more recently on the tours that they corrected that, and they're like, nope, this is John Petter. He's like, my name's not even fucking Harry. Come on.
Yeah.
And so my guess is that people started getting the names confused because with
There's so many.
so many fucking ghosts and so much legend. So, John Henry. Not Half Patch Henry. This is a different guy entirely. So, John Henry is a fairly well-known spirit that resides in the boiler room. He is thought to have been a boiler room engineer who was killed when a steam pipe burst and scalded him. John is another spirit that seems to like the ladies, as many women who explore the boiler room area have reported having their hair stroked, their cheeks brushed by unseen hands, and on occasion their rumps pinched. No,
I don't like that.
I think the fuck not, buddy.
No.
Not in my house. Not in my good Christian household. Nope. So, men, on the other hand, have reported being shoved and tugged until they leave the area. Like, they're like, I gotta go. Oof. So, I hate this part. Inside the room itself, there is a square hole in the ceiling where people have seen glowing eyes, and others have reported seeing the full head and face of John Henry looking down at them.
No.
I'm so fucking good. No.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. No.
Mm-mm.
No. So some people say that. Nope. Several others have said that they've seen an engineer wandering the hallways asking if guests have seen his wrench. But when they go back to find them, he's disappeared. He's gone. Blah. Let's see. I'm going to try and turn on my light.
What if you're just carrying a wrench around and you're just like, oh, here it is. And he's still there. Like, what would happen?
I bet he'd love that personally. So we should be carrying
I'll carry a small wrench.
Let's carry a small wrench whenever we go on our next ghost hunt. How about that?
Okay.
That's fun. All right, ready to move on?
Yes.
So I'm going to tell you about the old kitchen. There is a legend and a ghost associated with this legend. So during World War II, according to legend, there was a cook who was murdered. And according to the story, the troops on board were fed up with both the chef's attitude and his cooking. So to solve their problem, they took the unfortunate cook and stuffed him into an oven where he was burned alive.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
That's fucked up. No.
That's fucked up. Welcome to our podcast. And so today, visitors report hearing disembodied screams as well as smelling what appears to be burnt hair. I'm good.
No,
thank you.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
No. I'll also hear like banging and stuff in that area too. Active spot. Nope.
No.
So, next ghost. Jesus Christ, how many? Why do I choose haunted places?
That's your thing.
I know, I enjoy it, but also it's the worst. Ugh. Okay. Yeah.
I always like the history of these places.
Thank
and the
you.
people that stay are interesting.
Okay. I will say I do like knowing the identity of ghosts, but it's tiring when there's so many in one place. And I'm like, let me document them all.
I'll just do at least 10 or maybe 10% of this.
God, I wish. One day. So next ghost. We have the dude. That's his name.
The dude. That's me.
He sounds kind of like a fun guy. According to so aboard the Queen Mary is a restaurant named the Veranda Grill, and it is also home to a spirit simply known as the Dude, as I said.
Yeah.
He is always seen in a top hat and tails. He seems to prefer the bar area of the restaurant. And there are many reports of this gentleman. He'll come up to guests from behind. He'll clear his throat until they notice him, and then he vanishes. So I'm like, okay, mood, but also
relatable.
I'm like, I feel like that is that similar energy. You feel? Like,
Very relatable.
Notice me, but also bye.
It's like, I want to be noticed and acknowledged, but
don't look at me.
Don't look at me.
Oh, is it you?
That's
Oh, you are the
me.
dude. Oh my god.
I told you.
Incredible. So other times he'll do that. Other times he will turn and pass from view through the wall that leads to the men's restroom. He has also been spotted standing or sitting alone, watching the guests with a slight smile on his face and not a strand of slicked black hair out of place. So he looks like very 30s attire. That's what he's.
I like it.
Right? I'm like, I'm digging this guy. He seems fun.
So far. For now.
For now. So he'll be there and just, being the dude. But whenever anyone tries to approach him, he just vanishes. And that's the dude. So next ghost. Contestant number, I forgot. I'm not keeping track. So we have the woman in the bathing suit. No name. Me too, buddy.
Okay.
Oh,
like what kind of bathing suit? Does it matter? Is she the only one in the bathing suit?
I think they see the same gal, but she is in a 30s style bathing suit.
Okay.
So you know what those look like, yeah. So there's a spirit of a pretty young woman in her late 20s to early 30s who again wears that 30s style bathing suit. She has been seen both on the upper and lower levels of the first class pool, and people have noticed that she often leaves wet footprints behind before vanishing from sight. They'll also hear what sounds like splashing and just like giggling and stuff. But they'll fucking like hear stuff and then they'll see wet footprints and they're like,
no.
This hasn't been a working pool for like 40 years. God.
Just slightly terrifying.
No, thank you. 50. There we go.
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay, so next ghost. We have the ghost of Daniel. Daniel is perhaps 5 or 6 years old and is often referred to as the blue boy. The blue boy.
Blue boy.
Blue boy. His name comes from the fact that he is always seen wearing Edwardian-style clothing in a distinctive blue color. He is thought to have died from an accidental fall overboard from like the top deck and is most often seen wandering up and around that area as well as around the main staircase. It would seem from the EVPs that have been captured that he is looking for his parents.
Aww.
I know. This child has also been spotted in the observation bar and in many other areas of the upper levels of the ship. So you look over, you see
the boy.
Jesus Christ.
Blue boy.
I'm imagining CL from Black Butler and I'm regretting my entire life. Okay. Moving on.
We're not going back there. Or do you want to talk about how you cosplayed him for like, what was it? Like 3 years straight? Every cosplay, every convention, you were just him?
Do you guys want to know my deepest, darkest secrets?
That's why you have a podcast.
I have a podcast. Yeah, during the 7 years I was cosplaying, I had, I want to say like 5 or 6 CL cosplays. So CL from Black Butler. I have a lot of regrets in my life, and that is one of them.
And we accept you for who you are.
Thank you. Wonder if any of my old cosplay friends listen to this. If you do, I'm sorry. You're getting to know me better. It's fine.
It's fine.
Next ghost.
I'm sure they got to know you really well back then, too.
Shut the fuck up. Woo. My friend, thank you. Okay, so our next ghost.
Yeah.
We have Dana and Penny. So this is actually more along your jazzy lines. So back in 1959, 2 sisters were murdered by their father in room B474. The father had a psychotic breakdown and murdered his wife and 2 daughters and then killed himself. Dana, who was 4, and Penny, who was 2, and their mother were found in bed, strangled by a ligature. And the father was then found in the bathroom, who was a victim of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. So that's fun.
That's one way to say it.
That's one way to say it. I'm sorry.
It's so sad.
It's really sad, I know.
That's fucked up.
It's real fucked up. Ugh. But
Ugh.
I want to go and like hang out with these like kids and give them some snacks or something.
4 and 2 is way too young. Like the other ones, that's really sad too. Like because it's accidental deaths, but like that one,
like straight up, yeah, murder.
No.
I'm sorry, guys. So the girls have been seen and heard in the room on the B deck and in their like surrounding quarters, oftentimes playing with each other. Dana has been spotted in the cargo hold area and has been heard playing in and around the archive section in the forward areas of the ship. Both girls have been heard calling out to their mother, so it is assumed that she passed on while her children have remained. So I'm hoping the white lady adopts them too.
Yeah.
Can we just go and adopt?
If not, I will adopt them.
We're going to adopt all the ghost children. PSA.
Right?
What do you guys think? Will you come with us?
Support us in us adopting all these ghost kids.
Let's go bring some Furbies to Tabitha and Sarah and to...
Why Furbies? Why Furbies?
They died before they were around. Maybe they want to try them out.
No, they don't need Furbies. We'll get them other toys. They don't need Furbies.
Okay.
I'm like, Furbies are terrifying.
I'm going to draw you a Furby.
No.
No fur babies?
No.
Thank you for opening this Pandora's box.
I don't like this. Have I never told you about this one time when I was like 5?
Do you know a Furby story?
I don't know. I just have a Furby story where I was visiting a friend's house. She lived in a completely different neighborhood, and I was like 5 or 6.
Mm-hmm.
We were just wandering around the streets. I met up with these 2 random kids that we both didn't know, and they're like, "Hey, come over. Let's play at my house." We're like 5 or 6, and so we're like, "Okay, yeah, we'll go to this random kid's house." We're just playing like tag or like hide and seek or something, and like it was like at least 3 stories tall, and like I was up on the 3rd floor. I walk into a room, and like all I see is just this Furby just staring at me on this desk, and like I started talking. I can't remember what it said, but I was like, "I'm out," and then I was like, I ran off. I left my friend. I was like, no.
Holy fucking shit. Have you never told me that story?
It's haunting.
Haunting.
Because it was a very, very old house in Florida. I just remember all the trees around the house. So, like, not a lot of light can get inside. It was very shady inside. And just very weird how, like...
Jesus.
I opened the door. There's a window, like, behind that desk. There's just little light coming in right by the Furby. And then it starts talking. And I was like, nope.
I don't blame you for booking it the fuck out of there. Apparently the one I had as a kid would talk a lot. My mom was like, no, thank you. And then I had a Build-A-Bear that would go off at 3 a.m. constantly, but it had the Halloween noise, so it was like, Happy Halloween! My mom did not like those.
I wonder why. Was it when you were living in that house too?
This house, yes. Wait, have I told you guys how when we first moved into the house I'm currently living in, that I've lived in for 15 years? 15 years, Jesus Christ. When we first got in the, so under the stairs, that little, crawl space area? I don't know what you call that.
That's like,
it's like storage, sort of. Anyway, so when we first moved in, we were cleaning down there, written in cement, in the writing of like a 5-year-old, it says, Lauren is sleeping and Daddy's at work. And so
I didn't know about the daddy at work part. I only know the Lauren is
sleeping and Daddy's at work. So whenever shit happens in our house now, we're like, Lauren is sleeping. She should be asleep. I don't think she is. By the way, this week, my shit keeps disappearing and I'm mad. I've lost a ruler and my favorite pen. We've been in quarantine. They shouldn't go anywhere.
Maybe someone isn't sleeping anymore.
Shh, she'll hear you.
Oops.
We're at my house.
Oops.
I think we're safe. Okay. Ready for the next ghost?
Yes.
This one I don't like. I'm good. So are you are you ready for Fedora Dude?
No.
Are you ready for the Mountain Dew Code Red of ghosts?
No.
Neither am I. Shall we? So, Fedora Dude. This is a disturbing figure who gets his name from the yellowish tan zoot suit he wears and his bright yellow fedora hat. So imagine like kind of late 20s kind of organized crime suit. That kind of boxy style with the fedora, like the classic one, not the neck beard unfortunate one.
Yeah. Imagine him working at IKEA.
Milady.
You need him a couch?
You need him a couch. Welcome to IKEA.
Welcome to IKEA. Oh no.
Okay, so McFora Dude in his McSuit. Jesus. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So, he is an extremely tall man with rotting teeth and hollow yellow eyes. Nope.
No.
So, Fedora Dude, he is often seen...
His eyes and teeth match his suit and fedora.
He's really trying to, get the outfit of the day together. But he spilled Mountain Dew on his last one, so he had to change real fast. But luckily, this one does match his complexion, so we're good. So, Fedora Dude, the one and only. He is often seen around the lobby area of the hotel and likes to smirk at people as he passes by.
No.
This fucking guy sounds like the guy who'd be like, hey, you'd be pretty if you smiled.
I don't like him.
You guys want to fight Fedora Dude with us?
I will fight him.
Catch these McFucking fists. So, yeah, smiles. Don't like it.
Catch my fists.
Catch my fists. Come on. So, he usually passes close and then turns down a corridor out of view. So, like, he'll walk by you and then just go down.
Uh-huh.
And if you try to follow him, you will discover that by the time you look down the hallway, the specter has already gone down so far, gone so far down the ship that it could not be explained. Like hypersped, fucking Baja blasted off. What happened?
Baja blasted off.
I'm trying to think of Mountain Dew references I could make. We have a code red. He's Baja blasted off. Are you guys having fun? We're having fun. So you see him. He's down there. You're like, what the fuck? He will then turn back, smile, and then simply fade from view. No one is sure who he is, but everyone that has come across him, they're like, we felt really uneasy. So
I wonder why.
Why could that be? We don't know. Moving on. So, Stateroom B34D. Apparently, this is the most haunted room in the entire goddamn ship.
Huh.
Are you ready?
Interesting. Mm-hmm.
Oh, my nose is itchy. So, in 1948, a British 1948, way back when, a British third-class passenger, Walter J. Adamson, passed away in the room, and the details of his death are unknown. Later in 1966, a woman staying in the room reported that she was woken up when the bed covers were pulled off of her, and she saw a man standing at the foot of her bed. Mm-hmm. I think the fuck not. Nope. She screamed and rang for the steward, but the man then vanished into thin air. So, nope. Years later, Guests staying in the room have reported hearing someone knocking on the door in the middle of the night. Nope. And seeing bathroom lights mysteriously turn on along with the sound of unexplained banging in the room. Like, I made a fart noise, but you get it.
Okay.
Okay. Even the hotel's maid started complaining that they would find the bathroom water running even when no one had stayed in the room for days. They're like, are you fucking kidding? Come on.
No.
Tired of all these
like
ghosts being assholes to people that are cleaning up there. Come on.
Yeah.
Be respectful.
I'm like, you gotta be respectful to housekeeping. They
Seriously.
do so much work.
I don't care if you're dead. Not a fucking excuse. No.
Yeah, no.
So, and one person that also worked there reported that the bed covers were pulled off right after she put them on. Not paid enough.
Nope.
Over time, the ghostly activity grew more and more violent to the point that the room was actually closed from the public for many years. Like, they're like, this is a liability, we cannot rent this out kind of thing.
Oh, shit.
It has since been reopened. It was a few years back, and you can now stay in the room. And apparently they keep a Ouija board in there.
I'm not okay with that.
I think I saw the light leave your eyes there via our virtual chat there, buddy.
Yeah. It's all like, I'm checking out.
You're checking out from this hotel? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on. So, other phenomena occurred throughout the ship are the sounds of distinct knocks, doors slamming, high-pitched squeals, drastic temperature changes, and the aromas of smells long past. So I guess if you go, it smells really old in weird spots. And it's cleaned frequently, and there's like this, it has a weird smell to it, which you can, I guess, brush off as it being old, but also it's weird. I don't know.
I'm like, no, the room gets aired out and it's cleaned all the time. Like, why does... I don't like that.
Like, people go on, they're like, it doesn't really smell like boat. It just smells odd. Anyway, I don't remember how it smelled personally, because I went there, I think it was back in like 2013.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's why I want to go back.
It's been a while.
Mm-hmm. So, yet more odd occurrences have been experienced in a number of the first-class staterooms. And many have reported seeing a tall, dark-haired man appearing in a 1930s-style suit. I'm not sure if that's the same one from the bar or different ones.
It's not my dude.
It's not your dude. Maybe it's the dude's boyfriend.
It's the dude's boyfriend.
So, they'll see him, and they'll also see water running without being turned on. And then lights will turn on in the middle of the night, which be fucking annoying. Even more annoying, phones will ring in the early morning hours with no one on the end of the line, or they'll hear static.
No.
Like 3 a.m., I did not call a wake up. I did not want a wake up call. Do not.
Yeah.
Do not do that. No. So in the third-class children's playroom, a baby's cry can often be heard, which is thought to be an infant boy who died shortly after birth. No other info on that? Question?
That's sad.
And more recently, in 2011, there was a 26-year-old woman who was staying on the Queen Mary. She was on the top deck with her boyfriend, and apparently she fell off the side, and she fell 75 feet down, plunging into the freezing cold water.
No.
And it was unclear if this was an accident or suicide, but many people have reported feeling a weird energy in that spot where she fell, and then allegedly people saw her boyfriend grab for her, but it was a really unclear kind of case that was documented. So,
yeah.
Are you ready for 2 little short stories of personal experiences?
Yes.
My favorite. All right. This one is called Going Up. Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay.
I guess so. As ready as I will be.
Aren't we all? So, quote, I was at the Queen Mary for a meeting with my company in 2013. I checked
the same year you went.
Is that what oh, Jesus, you're right. I didn't realize that. So they're words not work. So they're in 2013.
Words.
I checked into the hotel, was given my room key, and then headed to the elevator. When I got there, the captain of the boat, in his white uniform and hat, was already waiting for the car to arrive. When we both stood there, until the doors opened. When the elevator doors opened, I stepped inside, and the captain followed. I asked him if I could press a floor button for him, and he just stood there staring at me without replying. When we arrived on my floor, I got out, wished him a nice day, and proceeded to my room. Later that night, a group of coworkers and I were talking to one of the women at the front of the desk, who was telling us about the different tours that the ship offered, including the ghost tour. I laughed and said that the captain should lead the tour because he was kind of creepy looking and not very responsive. She went on to tell us that the ship had no captain because it was designated as a building and that no one would need to be working, and that no one working that day would have been dressed as such. She went on to tell us that several of the ship's past captains do haunt the ship currently. However, I told her, quote, "No, that's not possible." At which point one of her coworkers said, quote, "Sir, there is no living captain."
Ooh.
All right. Last one. Are you ready?
Do you have any experience there?
It was when I went on the ghost tour with my dad and my dad's friend, which, side note, my dad's friend scared the shit out of me because he went into the first class. We were in the first class pool area. He snuck over to the changing rooms and he hid in one of them until we got into the area and they popped out. I was so scared. It was fine. But then,
That's it?
Oh, I went down to the bow of the ship and I had my camera out and they were telling spooky stuff and it felt weird down there. And then I saw a few orbs fly across my phone screen, but I wasn't able to get a picture and I'm still mad about that. And then I didn't go to the bathroom because I was scared of the bathroom too. I need to go back so I can have more ghost experiences. Yeah. That's why I need to go. There you go. Okay, are you ready for the last story?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so this one's called Oops, Wrong Room. What could happen? So
who knows?
No, you just know.
Who knows?
So, quote, "On one visit to the Queen Mary with my daughter and her best friend, I decided around midday to book a room for the night. Later in the day, however, my daughter and her friend were getting tired and wanted to go home. So I took them both home and then drove back to the ship. When I arrived, I did a little bit of walking around the ship and fuck her. And by evening, I had gotten tired and decided to retire to my room. I should mention here that I had forgotten to pack an overnight bag. So when I showered, I laid out my clothes and then wrapped myself in a towel and curled up into bed to watch some TV. I fell asleep around 9 p.m. I woke up around 11:10 p.m. and sat bolt upright in bed. There, standing in front of me, was the figure of a man in a dark suit and wearing a hat.
No.
I knew this was not a live person but a ghost, as I have seen spirits before. He did not look like a full-color person, but more of an ash gray color. I was frozen like a deer in the headlights. Quote, "Sorry, wrong room," end quote, he said, and then turned and walked right through the locked door into the wall. The next morning, I mentioned the incident to the front desk staff, and the clerk stated that this was the second time that week that someone had reported seeing the same man in their room. Apparently, the spirit was making the rounds.
Interesting.
And that's my story on the Queen Mary.
I wonder which room was his room.
Wait, maybe that is... maybe. Do you think the dude has 2 secret boyfriends?
Maybe.
Do you think he's 2-timing?
Or maybe he's in a poly relationship.
Aww. Oh, we wanted to see both his boyfriends.
To see both his boyfriends.
Both his boyfriends. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how haunted do you think is the Queen Mary?
I'll give it a 4.
Excuse me? I think I saw her
Maybe a 6.
See how many goddamn ghosts there are?
I haven't seen any.
You haven't been on the goddamn ship.
Did you see any ghosts?
I saw orbs in the bottom of the ship. That was weird.
I've seen orbs, but they were dust.
Shut the fuck up. It's fine. I think it's haunted.
I think it's interesting.
Well, you know what? We're going to go to the Queen Mary, and I'm going to be like, hey, ghosts, my friend doesn't believe you're here. In a respectful manner, mind you. And I'm going to ask what their favorite color is. I'm going to strike up a conversation. And you're going to eat your words. So.
See, here's the thing. I'm going to be the unbeliever, so that way you get your ghost experience. I'll be the skeptic for you. Because there always has to be a skeptic for the ghost to appear.
That's true. Thank you for your sacrifices for this podcast. I appreciate it. All right, since we're here, since we're queer, do you have a story to tell me?
No, I do.
Okay, bye.
Do you want to guess what my story is about?
Are we talking paranormal, true crime? True crime?
True crime.
What era are we talking about?
Well, it was a cold case for a couple decades until mid-2000s.
Mid-2000s? Okay.
Because this guy's a dumbass. And I was like, okay, he's still alive. I'll say that, what's a good hint to give?
To a dumbass,
it doesn't give a
question.
I'm like, because I was thinking of a joke that I was like, oh, that would piss off too many people. And I'm like, people that I'm like, I don't want to mess with. But like I'll just say
people
he's a dumbass.
Stan him? What?
I don't think that people would stan him, but like the joke would correlate with other people that stan someone else, and they'd be like, I don't like you connecting these two together, and I'm like, I don't want to connect these two together.
What was the hint you gave me?
He's a dumbass. That's all I've got so far. And he gave himself his nickname and his name.
There goes my chapstick.
Oops.
I was gonna say Zodiac Killer, but no one knows unless it's Ted Cruz. Fuck. Not Jack the Ripper.
But also, this guy, every time I think about him, like his name, it always makes me want to get Burger King, and I'm like, why do I want Burger King?
Is it Son of Sam?
I'll give you 3 letters. 3 letters.
Oh fuck. Wait. Fuck.
You're so close. It's like I almost stan him, but I don't.
There's B and K in there. BGK?
Girl, who you be?
What are the letters?
You want to know the letters?
Yeah.
BTK.
Oh, fuck. I was
gonna be like, I was gonna make a joke about BTS, and I was like, no. It's like, no, because like I'm like, that upsets me.
You.
Yeah.
Okay, I know the name vaguely. I know nothing about this guy. I didn't know he was caught, quite honestly.
Oh, really? Yeah. He's a dumbass. I'll get to that.
Listen, you could be like, hey, do you know about this one obscure haunted place? I'm like, yes, I do. Do you know about this infamous serial killer? No, I do not.
I get that.
Cryptids, though? I got cryptids.
I get that. So I'll tell you about Dennis Rader. And He was
And
a
it's the menace.
husband.
All right.
He was a Boy Scout. He was a husband, a Boy Scout volunteer, a church leader. He was also a sexual pervert, a murderer, and child killer and stalker.
Oh, so a pillar of the community.
Exactly. You know, he
Okay.
does his thing. He terrorized Wichita, Kansas for 31 years.
Was it that long? Wait, was he in the
His
70s or 80s?
It started in 74.
Oh, okay.
So he was a serial killer who terrorized the residents of Wichita from 1974 to 1991. But then afterwards, he started sending messages till 2004, 2005. And then he got himself caught because he's a dumbass.
Dumbass. Alert.
He gave himself the nickname BTK, and he said that it's what he would do to his victims. He would bind, torture, and kill his victims.
I remember that part. Okay, that's fucked up. Okay.
Yeah. I'm also like, what kind of fucking nickname is that? I guess it's better than like Ear or what was the other one? East Area Rapist.
Oh, yeah. I was like, what does Ear stand for?
And then what was On's Original Night Stalker? Like the Earons. Because like for a while before the Golden State Killer got that name, they call them like Earons to like put East Area Rapist.
Is that what that stands
Original Night Stalker. It was weird.
Duly noted. All right. Anyways, continue.
So he was arrested on February 26, 2005 in Park City, Kansas. That was my birthday. I turned, how old was I at that time?
2005?
13.
Little baby. Happy birthday to you, little baby.
Happy birthday to me. A serial killer got caught. Aww.
Woohoo! You're meant to have a true crime podcast.
Right? So, he was arrested on February 26th, and he was booked on suspicion of 10 counts of first-degree murder.
Oh, okay.
For the killings of Joseph Otero, Julie Otero, Josephine Otero, Joseph Otero Jr., Catherine Bright, Shirley Van Relford, Nancy Fox, Vicky Waygirl, I can't say names, Maureen Hedge, and Dolores Davis. It's a lot of people.
There's a lot of people.
Too many people. How dare you? How dare you?
I'm gonna fight this guy.
Right? I'll go to Kansas and fight him. Rader worked for Park City as a compliance supervisor in charge of animal control and general code enforcement. He was married with 2 grown children. He was a leader in his church. He was a former Boy Scout leader, an Air Force veteran, and he also was a Wichita State University graduate. But
of course he was.
Right? So he also, he worked for the city, and then he also worked in the Wichita office for ADT, which is a national security company. And he actually, I'm pretty sure, I haven't seen that far into Mindhunter because I have the worst attention span. Mindhunter is about pretty much the origins of profiling criminals. It's not about just one serial killer, but he's mentioned. Really? Yeah, because he's mentioned in it. I watched, I think, half of season 1, where they pretty much get a really good interview with one serial killer, and the guy who, oh my gosh, what is his name? He's the giant one. Oh my gosh. The co-ed killer. Was it the co-ed killer?
Yeah.
Which one?
Sorry. Give me.
Come on, they're out. They're out.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back.
You're
Also,
fine.
my hat really fast. Oh, you can't. Dang, it's backwards. Says I'd rather be ghost hunting.
Nice.
I can't read it. All right, I'm ready.
But yeah, so Mindhunter is pretty much about like the profiling of the serial killers and them interviewing them.
Oh,
And
okay.
like, yeah, it's such a good show. I wish I had the attention span to like finish it, but I don't. Because like the first real interview that they get is with the co-ed killer, and I want to do a story on him later, but
Yeah,
he's interesting for sure.
I agree.
But they referenced BTK as like the serial killer who worked for a security company in the show.
That's
apparently,
fucked up.
yeah,
Fucked
so
up that he worked for a security company.
right. I'm like the irony in that, because he worked there in 74 till 88.
74 till 88.
Mm-hmm.
God damn.
That's when he worked for the security company. Those who had known Raider, they said that he was very meticulous with like details, and he appreciated things being very neat.
Mm-hmm.
At his church, he passed out church bulletins and welcomed new members. He was really well thought of, apparently, even though he was also called a control freak. And as a compliance officer for Park City, Kansas, he issued threats and spied on people. And so a lot of people also described him as cruel and arrogant, like he was on a power trip. And I'm like, I can see that.
Yeah, I was about to make a joke. I was like, was BTK, did he have OCD? And I was laughing to myself because I have OCD. I can make fun of that. It's not fun. It's not a fun time.
It is not.
It's not.
But like, yeah, it's not a good time.
Not a good time. Anyways.
So let's get to the timeline. Does the cat need to go?
He's in and out, in and out, in and out. Okay. Tell me the timeline. I'm ready.
Right. January 15th, 1974. Joseph and Julie Otero, they were strangled in their homes.
Ooh.
Along with two of their children, Josephine, who was 11, and Joseph Jr., who was 9.
No, come on.
I'm pretty sure they had another child, and like the child came home like afterwards and found them. Oh, it was really sad.
Jesus Christ.
Oof. Then we have, after that, April 4th, 1974, Catherine Bright, she was 21. Mm-hmm. She was found stabbed to death at her home. Oh. And the police later concluded that she was one of the victims from BTK. Mm-hmm. And then in October 1974, nope. I forgot to get this out of my timeline here.
Me too, buddy.
But,
Me too.
March 17th, 1977, Shirley Vian, 26, was found tied up and strangled in her home.
Oh.
December, I want to go really quick with these. There's no reason to go like super detailed because he pretty much said like what he does to them. So I'm like, December 8th, 1977, Nancy Fox was 25 and she was found tied up and strangled in her home. And apparently BTK had actually called that in. So BTK's voice was captured on tape when he calls a dispatcher to report the homicide. This guy is on such a ego trip too, like about this, and that's really his downfall about it. Right? January 31st, 1978. Oops. I guess I'll add this in. Okay. A poem written with a child's printing set on an index card arrives at the Wichita Eagle Beacon. Huh. The poem, which is patterned after a Curly Locks nursery rhyme, refers to the Vian homicide, which was on March of the year before. So, like, BTK likes to, like, send out things being like, oh, you guys can't get me. Like,
Oh, he's one
I
of
love.
those. Oh, love
That's.
that.
I'm like, like it's one thing to like have like a compulsive need to kill, but like a compulsive need to like be relevant. I'm like, he's just chasing clout now, and I'm like, I
You know, when
don't
you're a
like
serial
this.
killer and you just chase clout. Oof. Check
They're
out my
like,
SoundCloud.
why aren't you talking about me anymore? Like, excuse me, I'm still out here.
I'm still
I
here.
could still kill someone if you don't pay attention to me. Excuse me?
Love that. Thank you. Thank you for this gift.
I hate men. I mean, not just men, but like, I hate these men.
We don't approve of serial killers in this house. Thank you.
It's true, we don't.
Nope.
Let's see. He's just trying to keep his fame or infamy because on February 10th of 1978, a letter from BTK arrives at I think it was like a TV or news station.
Okay.
I'm like, I don't remember. I like read so many things. I'm like, there are so many
Big
acronyms.
mood.
Claiming responsibility for the death of Rhiannon Fox, as well as another unnamed victim, at a hastily arranged news conference. Hastily. How do you fucking say words?
Hastily.
At a hastily arranged news conference, Police Chief Richard Lamounion announces that a serial killer is at large and has threatened to strike again. Like, he's like, pay attention to me. Listen to me.
Notice me, senpai.
Notice me, senpai. Oh my gosh, I gotta send you all of these TikToks of like this one guy who does a bunch of those, and it's so funny. Anyways,
Please. Okay.
I will send them all to you. He does a bunch of senpai ones. April 28th, 1979. The killer waits inside a home on South Pinecrest. Believes before he leaves the house before the 63-year-old woman homeowner returns.
Mm-hmm.
He later sends the woman a letter letting her know that he was there. And then police were thinking that the killer was going to target the woman's daughter because like she doesn't really fit the MO.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's really creepy. He's like waiting in there like, when is someone going to get here? Like, I got a murder, but I have to like get home by 7 to like dinner. So he writes a letter.
Christ,
He's like,
guy.
I was here. Be like, I was here. Notice me. August 15th, 1979. Wichitans listened to repeated radio and television broadcasts of the voice of the BTK Strangler
Oh, wow.
from the 1977 phone call. And then police received 110 tips during the first day of the broadcast airs. Which is interesting. They're like, does any of this sound familiar to you?
That's really
smart. Know someone who sounds like this?
If you're trying to track somebody, that feels like a good way to get leads.
Yeah, but that's true. Yeah, you're just feeding that guy's ego too. And he's all like, senpai's noticing me. Oh my gosh. Senpai. But like, he hasn't gotten me yet. Like, I need to do more for senpai.
This was like a pre-copycat, but a copycat of himself. You know?
Right? It's like he's read so many murder mystery books and he's all like, this isn't how chapter 7 went, so you need to do better.
This guy is okay.
Get at me.
This feels like when you listen to podcasts and you're like, oh, wait, I can do that.
But you actually don't listen to podcasts.
Here we are.
That's me. When I don't listen to podcasts, but I'm like, I can do this. It's fine.
It's fine. It won't be hard. And then you have podcast. Anyway. Doing great.
So in the mid 1980s, like there's been a little break here because let's say 1979 was the last known almost kill. Mid 1980s, there's a new investigation group for BTK, they spent 3 years employing new techniques, including DNA testing, a computer database search, and psychological profiles, because, it's around that time when you kind of realizing, hey, a lot of these people kind of have similar mindsets.
Get
Or
the
like,
checklist ready.
There's a pattern here.
Look at a bait.
Connect the dots.
My red string. Come on.
Right? Where's my red string and pins? April 27th, 1985. Maureen Hedge, who lived just down the street from Dennis Rader in Park City, she was tied up and killed in her home.
Ooh.
Right? And then September 16th, 1986, Vicky Wergirl was 28, and she was strangled in her home. And let's see, January 1988, the wife of murder victim Philip Fager receives a letter from the man claiming to be BTK. The letter talked about the killing of Fager and his 2 daughters, but BTK experts disagree whether it was actually from BTK.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah. It's interesting.
That's
I'm not
interesting.
sure.
I'm curious.
January 19th, 1991, just before I was born, a year before, Rader kills Dolores Davis and leaves her body in a ditch.
Oh.
Yep.
This keeps getting worse.
Right? March 19th, 2004. That's when the beginning of the true downfall of this idiot. A letter arrives at the Wichita Eagle containing a photocopy of Wergirl's driver's license and 3 pictures that were apparently taken by the killer.
I don't
And then,
like that.
Yeah, because relatives had said that the license was the only thing missing from the home. So.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So BTK, pretty much, as I've said in the timeline, because I forgot to edit those things out, he was sending a lot of letters to the police and the media and crime victims in the 1970s when he was claiming responsibility for the 7 killings. And he suggested that he be called BTK for bind them, torture them, kill them. Yeah.
This goddamn clout chaser.
Right? So the letters apparently stopped in 1979 for a while. Some of the letters and packages that he had sent to the police and media contained information about the killing that were never made public to the people.
You know when Senpai doesn't notice you and you're like, let me incriminate myself.
Right?
I'm going to do that.
It's like, Senpai, you gotta know it's really me. I need you to know it's me.
He's goddamn... Wait, is Yandere the right term I'm thinking of?
He's Yandere.
Yandere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yandere.
Does he feel very Yandere to you?
Yes. That he would kill for his senpai? For his attention? For the infamy from senpai?
So we have a haunted Furby and a Yandere serial killer.
This dumbass one, yeah.
Dumbass.
Yeah. BTK also would describe the sexual thrill he got from torturing victims.
Oh.
He wrote that he brought some victims to the brink of death, then he gave them some air, then he strangled them again.
Really?
I'm like,
that's fucking...
He's all like, senpai would notice this if I told him. He would notice me if I told him this stuff.
I'm gonna beat this motherfucking Kohai up.
Later on...
The worst Kohai, goddamn.
Right? Pretty much what became like Rader's undoing was a letter he sent to the Wichita Eagle newspaper in March 2004. The letter came 25 years after BTK's last communication and 2 months after the Eagle published a story about the 30th anniversary of the first killing.
Oh.
Yep.
My God.
So.
This guy's such a dumbass.
Yeah. Let's get there. Let's get there.
I'm
So,
ready.
on the 30th anniversary of the first BTK killing, Wichita Eagle reporter had wrote a story that ran in the newspaper on January 17th, 2004. And a little expert was from the story said, quote, "I don't think people today realize the kind of tension there was in Wichita at that time," unquote, said lawyer Robert Beatty, who was a West High student at the time. It's the
So
only
you
one I
keep
have.
saying Park City, you keep saying West High. I'm like, this isn't in Utah. It's not Utah.
I kept trying to add Kansas into it because this is not anywhere near Utah.
For people that don't live in Utah, these are Utah places.
That's also very, yeah. Like, people know Park City, though.
Yeah.
Because Sundance, but
West High is high school here.
that's true.
And you have East High. Wildcats. Wait, shit, what team?
Wildcats.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Get ahead in the game.
Yeah. Okay, so
Notice me, senpai.
although the killings remain firmly implanted in the minds of those who lived through them, Beatty said many Wichitans probably have never heard of BTK.
Okay.
And so BTK was like, no, that's not true.
I did not work this hard for the clout.
Yeah, like, they had to have heard of it. Like, I have like 1,000 followers. Like, they should know who I am.
Don't talk to me. I'm famous now. Thank you.
Yeah. Quote, the lawyer said, "I had zero recognitions from the students. No, not one of them had heard of it." And so Rader found that outrageous and impossible to ignore at this time. He's like, excuse me, how can they not remember me? So then he wrote that letter talking about his first murder. He's all like, "Oh yeah, remember Vicky Wergirl? We girl?
Mm-hmm.
Wegerle. Wegirl?
That sounds right. Yeah.
Wegirl?
I could be completely wrong though. You know.
I am very wrong. I don't know. So yeah,
Doing our best.
he's all like, he wrote about it, and he's all like, "I did that. I did those other murders." He's all like, "Come on, notice me," because Vicky was just a cold case that's unrelated to BTK.
Okay.
So that's why he sent the copy of the driver's license. He's all like, see, it was me. I got that.
Motherfucker.
Notice me. Look at my last TikTok.
Follow me on TikTok.
Like for a part 2.
Like and subscribe.
Like, follow me for more funny content.
I follow back.
So the Wichita Eagles received that letter, and the return address was, the name on it said Bill Thomas Killman. And I'm like, really? He's like right on the nose right there. Like, why you this way?
Bill Thomas Killman. What could it mean?
Who could this be? Senpai!
You know when you're making like fake accounts and you just like start generating fake names?
Pretty much.
Do you think he's trying to cyberbully other people that are really into senpai?
Oh, he's all like, senpai won't notice you because he's busy with me.
Sorry.
Like, it's been 30 years. Like, it's a slow burn happening here. Come on. Senpai won't notice anyone but me. No one but me.
I hope you know how much I enjoy our podcast. Thank you for
I'm like, I hate this guy. Like, he's so dumb.
Dumbass.
So, surrounded by reporters and police officials, the Wichita Police Homicide Lieutenant, he read the statement during a news conference describing information provided in recent letters from serial killer BTK of people and events from his past. He's all like, well, obviously this person wants me to notice him, so I'm going to notice.
I'm going to do it. Don't worry.
Yeah. So, like, before this, because they had this cold case, and they're like, oh, we don't know who killed Vicky. Now that they have proof that it's connected to the serial killer, they're like, oh, hey, guess what? Vicky, Vicky,
Our girl Vicky.
Our girl Vicky, she had DNA collected off of her that was
What?
that was apparently previously unknown evidence.
Oh.
And they're like, oh, hey, that means
shit.
we can connect this murder with all those other ones and find out who the serial killer is.
Get wrecked.
So, although over 1,300 DNA samples were taken and later destroyed in a court order, like they didn't have a match at that time.
Uh-huh.
So, May 2004. Oh, the television station KAKE in Wichita received a letter. Another one. I think it's another one.
Okay.
I didn't reread all my notes to make sure it wasn't
It's
the
got
letter I
two
talked about before.
goddamn letters. Ugh.
He's all like, senpai, you best be keeping all my letters. I ain't. This senpai won't. Anyways. He sent a letter with chapter headings for the BTK story, the fake IDs, and a word puzzle. And then on June 9, 2004, a package was found taped to a stop sign on the corner of First and Kansas in Wichita.
I'm sorry,
It
what?
had Yeah, he left a little box, what's it called? Like,
shit.
when like a little care package.
There we
senpai.
go.
That's what we were thinking of.
My fucking god.
It's like to senpai.
Senpai. A little bit of my blood's in there. Don't worry.
Here's a lock of my hair. Sad. So in that package, there was the graphic description of the murders, a sketch labeled "A sexual thrill is my bill." I'm like, what? That's nasty.
This guy.
He's like writing. He's writing poetics to senpai, but like, please notice me. I put in so much work for you to notice me.
This guy.
Yeah. Also enclosed was a chapter list for a proposed book titled The BTK Story, which mimicked a story written in 1999 by court TV crime writer David Lohr. Chapter 1 was titled, quote, "A Serial Killer is Born."
Did he write his own fucking self-insert fanfic?
Senpai will notice me now if I write my fic.
I'm gonna lose my goddamn shit.
Him. I'm surprised he didn't cosplay as himself. Okay, in July.
Do you think he drew fan art of him and senpai? Continue.
In July, a package was dropped into the return lot at the downtown public library, containing more bizarre material, including the claim that he was responsible for the death of 19-year-old Jake Allen in Argonia, Kansas, earlier that month, though that claim was false and the death was ruled as suicide. He's all like, senpai, it was all me. It's me. Just pay attention to me.
God,
it might have also been someone else who sent that, but after his capture, Rader had admitted in his interrogation that he had been planning to kill again. And he had set a date in October 2004, and he was stalking his intended victim.
Oh my god, really?
He's all like, okay, it's been since like 91, but 30 years later, no one knows who I am. Senpai needs to notice me again. I will do what I need for Senpai to notice me.
Do you think he bought a Death Note notebook and started writing his enemies' names in there?
Have I told you about the time I got arrested and I had a Death Note notebook in my bag? But like my first page, like I had like written like the quotes of like the rules and stuff, and then the next pages were like a list of different cosplays I wanted to do. And there was like pages and pages. And then the guy, like the cop who was looking through my bag because it was for shoplifting, was like, what is this? And I'm like, And then I never shoplifted again because I was embarrassed by Death Note.
When I say that V is my hero, V is my goddamn hero.
Stop shoplifting or you'll be called out as a weeb.
V, you are my hero. Please know that.
I haven't shoplifted since. I'm like, no.
You are a gift to this world. Thank you.
Okay.
Tell us more about our dear weeaboo friend.
Our dear weeaboo friend. Where was I? December 2004. Wichita police receive another package from their loving secret admirer, BTK.
I'm ready.
This time, the package was found in Wichita's Murdoch Park. Oops. I'm still here. Why are you doing this to me? Okay. It was the driver's license of Nancy Fox, which was noted as stolen from the crime scene, as well as a doll that was symbolically bound at the hands and feet and had a plastic bag tied over its head.
I don't like that.
Right? I'm like, he's trying too hard.
This guy's the fucking worst. No. No. No.
In January 2005. Hello.
Sorry, continue.
You're fine. So, January 2005, Raider, this guy, he attempted to leave a cereal box in the bed of a pickup truck at a Home Depot in Wichita, but the box was discarded by the truck's owner. He's all like, whose junk is this? Yeet!
This bitch empty. Yeet. Thank you, God.
It was later retrieved from the trash after Raider asked what had become of it in a later message. He's like, you didn't get my message, senpai. What happened?
This
Why don't you...
Fucker. Good Lord.
Surveillance tapes of that parking lot from that date revealed a distant figure driving a black Jeep Cherokee, leaving the box in the pickup. I'm like, this boy goes into a public place with known security. It's known that there's security at those parking lots. He's all like, I'ma leave this for my senpai.
You really want to get caught.
Right?
Just girly things, you know.
So then in February, more postcards were sent to the television studio, and another cereal box left at a rural location was found to contain another bound doll. It was apparently meant to symbolize the murder of the 11-year-old Josephine Otero, which was from the first murder.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not about that.
I know. I'm like, I don't like that he keeps bringing this stuff up. He's all like, you know what I've done, senpai. That's all that matters. Like, I've done so much for you to notice me.
This goddamn guy.
Yeah. I don't like him.
Nope.
In his letters to the police, Raider asked if his writings, if put on a floppy disk, could be traced or not. The police were like, nah, you fine. You can send us a floppy disk, you fine. We can't trace that. That, like, 90s technology that's outdated now. Like, it's 2005. Nobody uses floppy disks anymore.
We don't got floppies. Baby, no.
That's like, you still living in 91 in your glory days. Like, boy, stop. You done.
You done. Stop. God. This guy.
So yeah, the police were like, they put it in a newspaper ad saying it was safe to use the disc. So on February 16th, 2005, Raiders sent a purple 1.44 megabyte Memorex floppy disk to Fox TV affiliates, their studio, KSAS TV in Wichita. Also enclosed were a letter, a gold-colored necklace with a large medallion, and a photocopy of Rules of Prey, which was a 1989 novel about a serial killer. Like I said before, this guy, he's all like, I read a book and I want senpai to notice me, so I'm going to make my life into a book.
I have no words.
So then the police traced him from the floppy disk. They found the metadata embedded in the deleted Microsoft Word documents that was unknown to Raider.
Mm-hmm.
It was still stored on the floppy disk, so it contained the words Christ Lutheran Church, and the document was marked as last modified by a Dennis. An internet search determined that Dennis Rader was president of the church council. And then from the Home Depot incident, the police also knew that BTK owned a black Jeep Cherokee. When investigators drove by Rader's house, they noticed a black Jeep Cherokee parked outside.
Boom, bitch. You've been
Mic drop.
Mic drop.
Yeah. So the police had strong circumstantial evidence against Rader, but they needed more direct evidence to detain him.
Literally. Okay.
But they get that because they get a warrant to So let's see. So investigators, without the knowledge of Carrie Rawson, who is Rader's daughter, they used a subpoena to gain DNA sample from her medical records.
Oh, okay.
And so her DNA told them that her father was BTK.
Oh my god.
Yep. So then the FBI, they knocked on Rawson's door on February 25th. And like at that time, I guess she lived near Detroit, Michigan.
Okay.
I don't know. They didn't say like, I don't know if there's a Detroit anywhere else, but that's what I'm guessing. So she let him in, and then he asked if she knew who the BTK killer was.
She asked if they knew?
They asked if she knew.
Okay, I'm like,
yeah.
oof.
So at that time, she didn't know. So they just needed to swab her cheek for DNA.
Mm-hmm.
Because her dad had been arrested as a BTK suspect, and so pretty much they gave her she gave him the DNA, and then Dennis had his first day of testimony in his sentencing phase on August 17th, 2005. In August, or no, not August, Rader had pled guilty to killing 10 people during the spree spanning 30 years in the Wichita, Kansas area.
Was it more than 10, or was it just 10 that they were able to link to him?
We can't determine for sure. Like,
okay.
He well, like they were able to like know for sure like there was at least 10 because he did try to say like that he was in charge of other kills, but like they were like,
that's still so many.
We don't know. That's too many. That's like 10 too many.
That's 10 too many, guys. Sorry.
Yeah. So after his arrest, the police had found the original photos and driver's license for Vicky taped to a sheet in a locked file cabinet at his work office.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
I'm not actually. Yeah. So he was working as a compliance officer from 91 until he was fired a few days after he got arrested.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. They also found out that he was very detail-oriented, so he kept binders to hold his communications. And so he had hidden some of his evidence at the home, which is including something that the lieutenant had called was a VN package, which had, I'm guessing, a lot of things that like he took from the victim's home.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Like trophies and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so there was, I forgot, I was like, I wasn't sure what they said about it. Because, like, there was a question that lingered about whether Raider had killed more than 10 people. And the lieutenant has said, I'll never say never.
Oh, okay.
But, like, investigators aren't sure. They don't think that there were more BTK murders because, like, he would definitely have been like, I was in charge of, like, all of Ted Bundy's murders. Like, I took
Those
care
are
of all of
mean.
them.
Those
All
are
those people
mean.
that disappeared, me.
He sounds like the
Me.
fucking guy that like steals artwork and then reposts it as his own.
Oh, yeah. Or, like, he, like, edits out the watermark and makes his own.
Oh my god, that's him.
It's him. Yeah. But no, like,
This asshole.
yeah. He is terrible. Let's see. I'm like, I don't care about how much it cost. Because it cost like millions and millions of dollars. Like, that's the one thing I think about. It's like, I could never kill people because I'd feel bad for like wasting so many people's tax money. Like, on the
Not the murder, but
millions.
the tax money, you know.
I'm like, all those people that have to pay for my trial, like, I would feel so bad. Because, like, it's cost the state of Kansas, like, millions of dollars for that case. And I'm like, that's
so
too much.
much.
It's so
It's
much
too
money.
much. Too much.
Yeah. Let's see. Oof. I don't care about what he says about anything anymore. I'm just saying, like, he called his victims projects.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah.
No thanks. I hate
He
it.
divided each into steps. He's quoted saying, if you've read much about serial killers, you know they go through phases. And that's what he told the judge. He's like, trolling is one of the phases they go through, looking for victims. And I'm like, stop. No one wants to listen to you. This is why Senpai will never notice you.
Why is this guy the worst fucking 13-year-old weeaboo?
Right? Sadly.
Disgusting.
During the time of like when he did those crimes, Kansas didn't have a death penalty.
Really?
Between 1972 and 94.
Oh, that surprises me.
Yeah. So because those crimes were committed within that time when they don't have a death penalty,
okay.
He couldn't qualify for it. So he's still alive. He was sentenced to the El Dorado Correctional Facility in South Central Kansas. The Kansas Department of Corrections lists a parole eligibility date for Rader of February 26th, my birthday, 2180. 175 years from the date of his arrest. 2180. The year he can go for parole. He can try.
Love that. Surprised he hasn't gotten beat up in prison.
I hope he got beaten up. He deserves to get beaten up.
Deserves to get shit kicked out of him. God.
Yeah. Gosh dang weeaboo. Anyways, that's my story of the BTK killer.
Oh. I did not realize this guy was so he was just so fucking extra. Like,
yeah. He's all like, I just need to be noticed. I read this book.
Was it called Notice Me, Senpai?
And he's all like, this is who I am now. He's like the worst kind of empath who like gets way too emotionally attached to the main character in a book that they think that they self-project onto that character.
You self-project, you know. Love
like we all have our coping mechanisms, but come on.
Love self-projecting. Thank you. Goddamn guy.
Right?
The worst.
He is truly the worst, and I'm just glad that it was a stupid floppy disk that got him.
That feels absolutely correct.
Like, what kind of dumbass do you have to be like 90s technology? That's fine. They can't hack into that.
They can't hack into this. No.
They gave me their word. I trust Senpai. He won't lie to me.
Senpai would not lie.
Also, what would the police say? Like, oh no, don't send us a floppy disk. We can trace all that shit. Like, what? No, they're not gonna say that. They're like,
this guy.
We need to catch this guy. If he gives us a floppy, we can trace him.
He's so goddamn dumb. Like, it's fucking comical at this point.
Did he think that, like, the police officers were going to be like, oh, we just want this guy to be out and about because it's a fun story to tell people? No, like, they're trying to get him. I drink.
This motherfucker.
And this is why I drink.
This is why. Cheers, buddy.
I'm out.
Me too. Dink.
Oh, yeah.
It's such a good story, though. I'm like,
he's dumb. He's so dumb. I'm like,
if anyone ever mentions his name again, now I'll be like, oh, you mean that guy? Okay.
The Yandere, notice me, senpai.
Ugh.
It's the worst.
It's the fucking worst. Oh my god. This guy?
Right?
Oof. Well. Oh, so good though. Oh my god.
I tried. I thought it'd be a good story to be like, this dumb bitch in this quarantine time when we are doing very dumb things to ourselves.
Dumb bitch.
Right?
To quote Abby, got DBD. Dumb bitch disorder. BTK has DBD.
It's true.
Oh my god. This dumb bitch.
It's sad. Almost like my dumb moment was all like, I'm gonna give myself a mullet, like first day of quarantine. If it doesn't look right, I have at least a month before anyone sees me ever again, so it's fine.
It's great. It works. Love it.
It works.
Do I have any dumb moments? Rearrange my entire room.
I don't think that's dumb. That's productive.
Thank you. Put contact paper on my desk so it looks like marble now. That's fun.
I saw that. It's really pretty.
Thank you. There's a giant line in the middle, so if you don't look at it too hard, it's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. But yeah.
Maybe I'll use the spirit box in my house. Maybe I'll say fuck it.
Don't. No.
Oh, I made us a Twitch account today.
What?
Yeah. Tipsy Mystery.
What are we supposed to do with that? Are we gonna play games and talk?
If we want to live stream anything.
We could live stream stuff.
Because I realized today, I'm like, man, I don't think I can get myself to use Facebook. I've tried. I just don't.
I can't
get on it as much.
I can't log on to my Facebook on anything other than my phone because I don't have the password for it.
That's right. So I figure if don't get around to the Facebook, and if we want to do like instead of like a Facebook Live thing, Twitch stream.
We can stream it on Twitch. That'd be fun.
So I think that'd work. Be fun to do like little Animal Crossing party or like little. I really want to do like a Q&A thing. That'd be fun.
That'd be really cool. I would enjoy that.
Could get Abby to ask questions. I don't know if anyone else would.
Hey, if you want to ask questions,
you guys want to ask questions?
Email us at tipsymysteries@gmail.com.
Or you can find us on Twitter and Instagram. Probably not on Facebook. I'm sorry. But you can find us on Twitch now, apparently. And YouTube.
Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch. At Tipsy Mysteries.
Boom. Because I'm on it. Boom, boom, boom.
If you just tag us in something, you're like, hey, let me DM you. We will let you DM us or
Fucking
something.
cry. And we will talk about it, because please.
I do cry a lot.
We do cry. Yeah, if y'all want to get in contact with us, please do. Or if you just want to be like, hey, here's a funny meme, I'd be like, holy shit, here's a funny meme too. And then we can send each other memes. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna see how just putting this
This video?
yes, there we go, thank you. Let's see how putting this on YouTube. This session. There we go. Putting this episode on YouTube works.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys like that, let us know. This is our current situation, because quarantine.
Quarantine.
Tee-hee-hee. Do you have a song request, my dear friend?
You mean
Motherfucker. You have a song recommendation, my dear friend.
a song rec? Let's
Song
see. I have been listening to a lot of Mama Moo because I am gay.
Me too, buddy. Me too.
Let's see. I'll just say Words Don't Come Easy by Mama Moo is a song I've been listening to a lot.
Ooh, very nice.
Though I've been listening to a lot of songs from TikTok. Like, they always get stuck in my head, and I'm like, I need to find this, like, actual full song. And I hate that.
I'm
Like,
gonna make a bunch of Prince TikToks. Be like, hey.
do it. I'm like, that's pretty much how I've been, like, preoccupying my time is just watching TikToks all day long until it's, like, 2 a.m. And I'm like, who am I?
I've had homework.
I wish I had something more productive to do. I'm gonna paint some of my old vodka bottles that are empty. See what happens there.
Hell yeah. Do that.
Yeah. That's my project for tonight.
Let's see, if you wanna, like, take some of the social media stuff. Because I keep forgetting.
Eventually I'll get on them.
Woohoo. I'll make little Tipsy mystery TikToks.
I'll re-listen to all of the podcasts because I do enjoy them. And then make some tweets or something. Make some TikToks about the podcast, maybe.
Yes.
Like reenactments or something. I don't know.
That'd be so goddamn funny. Oh my god, please. Please. Let's do it.
I don't know if I could do anything that I personally said or done while I was drunk. I don't think I can reenact those things though. But it'd be funny.
Okay. I think it'd be pretty funny.
We'll see.
Oh wait, my song request. Fuck.
Yeah, what's your song request? Song recommendation.
I'm gonna do Raspberry Beret by Prince.
Sounds about right.
That's all I can think of. But it's a good song, so.
I was going to do Penny Lane by the Beatles.
That's pretty good too.
Because you had that ghost named Penny.
Aww. That's cute. Oh no. Well, I think that's it from us.
Yeah.
Let's
Stay safe. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face like we do because we can't help it. We are compulsive. I'm gonna wash my hands right after this. It's fine.
Yeah. Guys, wash your hands. Be nice. If you guys need to reach out to anybody, we're here to talk. You're even just like, I think a ghost farted. I'd be like, holy shit, talk to me. Cool, thanks.
Or you're like, I need some BTS TikToks to make me laugh. I'm like, I've got you.
Got you. Yeah. So hope you guys stay safe and happy. I know the world kind of sucks right now. Get it? I get it. Yeah. We heart you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay safe.
Stay safe. Bye.